Welcome. Putting you in my holster. Just wait until people get on. Just 1 second. Eek. Jamie, put in the comments if you're on, because I got stuck on some weird screen. Welcome. I have a guest today who's a really good friend of mine. And we're going to chat about what holds you back. Hopefully she's coming on. Jamie. So we're talking about what holds you back today. And there's so many things that hold you back. Maybe I should speak from I. But I'm waiting for Jamie to come on. So let me go see if I can get her. Oh my goodness. It's so difficult when you do this horizontally. Hi, Lisa. I'm just waiting for our dear friend Jamie to get on. Anyway, if you're watching this on the replay, put replay and go ahead and forward till you hear us talking, actually. So, okay, yes. Jamie's on. Let me add her. Come on, baby. Yeah. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh,
I can't hear you though. Oh.
Let me see if I can get it. Does this work?
Yeah, let's see. Let's try
Can you hear me?
Oh, wait a minute. Just
Hello?
1, 2, 3. Go on.
You can't hear me?
There. Can you hear me now?
Yay!
Yep, I can hear you now. Awesome.
So, perfect.
Success.
And Lisa's on watching us.
Lisa,
All right,
Lisa
so
Miller.
luckily we don't do these lives, just for 0 people. Like, we know people are going to watch this later. So awesome. But we love having people on that rock our world, and that's Lisa. So welcome, Lisa. So we're going to talk about how crunchy my voice is on this live.
It's
Oh
a
my
flibby
gosh,
morning.
I'm bringing in the spirit of Vi Webb down. Okay. So that's my grandma who always had stuff in her throat. Um, all right, so we're talking about what holds you back in life. Um, both of us have gone through quite an interesting little year last year. And yeah, a
3
couple
years or
years.
so.
And so I wanted to bring Jamie on. So she's an awesome person in my life. She's one of my inner circle peeps, my prayer warriors, encourager galore. And she makes a huge difference in her community as well. And so, but I just know her as Jamie, my friend. But she breathes life into me as well a lot. And she motivates me to be a better person. So, and she speaks my love language. So when we're together, we're like, oh, do, 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 boo, boo, boo. So you gotta love, you gotta love
You
words of
do.
encouragement. And when you find friends that speak the same love language, it is fantastic because you just go about your day because you can rock it out. So talk to me about
Oops.
being.
Well, I
You
lost
did?
my feed here. Just a minute. Let me get back. I
Oh,
was sharing. I was just sharing. There we go. I'm learning all this technology. Oh, my mama Ann Ford is
nice.
watching. Awesome.
So
Hi, Mama
talk to me
Ann.
about what holds you back and what you've found that holds you back and how you're shifting out of that.
Well, what holds me back is holy crap. Just holy crap. And that is the title of my latest book that I'm working on. What holds me back is my thinking, my overthinking, over analyzing everything instead of just choosing to trust in God, like Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart, lean not on your own understanding. Oh, Jamie just leans on her own understanding way too much. Holy crap.
And tell me about the name of the book because I personally think it's awesome. Because I come from a very, what's the word? I've seen all things as far as not religion but legalism. And so I grew up around all of that and in different ways, in different religions even. And I've really had to retrain myself around what actually is legitimate. And for me, it's relationship with
Right.
God instead of all these rules and regulations. And to me, it's fun because it's about you made a naked mole rat, dude. Like, how is that not flippin' funny? And of course, you
Yeah.
can use my humor to bring joy and laughter into someone. So tell me about the title Holy Crap, because that is funny to me.
So, so I am. I started writing devotions about 7 years ago. My first devotion was Cowgirl Devotions, The Revelation. And that revelation for me was understanding truly not about religion, but my relationship with Jesus and who I am in him, who he is in me, and having that walk in the garden every morning, you know, where that old hymn is, he walks with me, he talks with me, and he knows, you know, he knows me, and that I know him, and I know his word, so it's not about, I believe that stereotypically, not every church is this way, but stereotypically the church at large in America, we're so focused on competing against one another and the denominations that we've lost focus on loving people
Yeah.
where they're at and loving Jesus and developing that personal relationship with him. 3 years ago this week, I was in Maui at an amazing conference, and the
They're there
Lord, I
right
was
now.
working on a book called,
Yeah.
yeah, they're there right now, called The Breakthrough. And I'd been working on this book for years, and I wasn't getting my breakthrough. And the breakthrough I wasn't getting was my spiritual breakthrough of truly living in a place of victory with Jesus, because I struggled with my past, I struggled with my present, I just struggled. And how to shift out of that was the Lord had told me, sitting on the beach watching the sunset in Maui, my first sunset, and he said, Jamie Ann, your next book will be. And of course, I argued with him. Gonna be gut level honest. I was like, well, Lord, I'm not done with this book yet. Because it
Yeah.
had to look a certain way in my understanding of life and my understanding of my relationship with him, because I was still trying to drive the bus I was still trying to ride that horse instead of giving the reins to him. And I said, but Lord, I'm not done with this book yet. And he said, your next
Right.
book will be.
Precious.
And so I argued again. He goes, let's take a walk, you precious daughter. And so I took a walk on the beach with him and with the Lord. And I was just crying and lamenting, saying, you want me to write another book? What is it? Lord, I'm so overwhelmed. And so I sat down and he said, your next book will be. And I was like, okay, yes, Lord. And I just surrendered that and said, yes, Lord. And I'm lamenting, I'm crying, I'm saying, yes, Lord, what is it? And he said, your next book will be Holy Crap. And I was like, oh, Lord, no. I kept arguing with them. There's no way. My religious friends will just not like this. And I have a program that I continually work to try to shift out of and overcome of people pleasing and not God pleasing. And so fear just rose up. Oh, I can't write that, in my little New Mexico, I can't write that. What would my mama think? Oh,
truly, who cares?
So I asked him for confirmation. And he literally gave me confirmation right on the beach. That you got to read this book. You get to read the story of that. I'm not going to share it on this live, but for me, it was really surrendering my will to his, and is my plan being intentional of waking up every day. It's not my plan, Amanda. It's God's plan. God ordained this day for Jamie Deering today. He ordained it for Amanda Archibald. And do I wake up with the intention every day that I'm going to do this day God's way and surrender in a surrendered state to him, leaning not on my own understanding, because I have messed a lot of stuff up in life.
Me too.
Right? So, and I don't want to mess it up. And we're going to have days, right? We're going to have days that we mess it up, and his grace is sufficient, because I've learned through my mistakes and through my trials and tribulations, that's when I grow, and that's when I learn the most. And God brought you into my life 7 years ago, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for the relationship that we've built in these last 7 years, and especially the last 3 that have been really trying for both of us and challenging. It's drawn us closer together because we had a like-mindedness, right, of a trial that we were going through, and I stuffed my crap. I stuffed all of my feelings and thought, I can't share this with the world at large because I'm not a quote unquote, the air quotes, strong Christian. If I share what's really going on.
And that to me is the enemy's biggest lie.
I went to church not too long ago with a walker. I called him Charlie Horse. Got rid of that walker last Sunday. Praise God. But a lady was just like, well, if you had stronger faith, do you believe? And I'm like, ma'am, I know you mean well, but please don't speak that into my life. Holy crap. You know, I love you, and I'm going to love you where you're at, and I'm going to say, I believe
Yeah.
in divine healing. I believe that I will be healed, and I also believe in God's timing. Can He, in this very moment, boom, heal
Mm-hmm.
me? Yes, He can. And that's what I want. But if we expected that every single time, do you think that we'd have the revelation of what trials and tribulations are all about in the book of James, of growing our
Or the
character and
proof that
faith?
we actually did walk through all of it and that we're stronger.
Exactly. I mean, miracles take some time, so Lisa, blah, blah.
I don't know what she's.
This is why we love you, dude. She
And
gonna
now
throw
we're
up
going to talk about
emoji.
forgiveness. That's her favorite
That's
topic.
right.
You're welcome. If you're going to be on our
And
live, then we get to call you out.
well, and I'm so glad
Nicole's
Nicole's on here
awesome.
too. Well, the thing is that the biggest person that I get to forgive is the woman in the mirror.
Yeah, because
And that has been my biggest breakthrough.
yeah, that's huge, because I think when it came down to it, when I got to, like, I teach this over and over and over. It's all about choices. We've made the choice. We're here exactly where we are today because of the choices we've made. And so when you can look in the mirror and say, okay, I'm pretty pissed that this is all going on in my life and I made these choices. And I have to forgive myself at this point because I've forgiven every single other person. And so what's left for me to receive joy and abundance again and favor? And that is it. Like, you're the stopping point for everything. You're the conduit for everything to flow out of you. So
Well, and you've been that living example and that mirror for me of what joy looks like for me. Rocking it out in a room full of a couple hundred people, dancing it out under a tremendous amount of pressure, and just being in the moment and being present. You have really helped teach me that, Amanda, so thank you. And so much you've taught me, but also that in Proverbs 17:22 it says, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. And with the health challenges that I have, you asked me earlier on the phone how I was feeling today. And I woke up feeling awful, but I don't have to walk in awful. I know I don't look my most glorious self today, and it's okay, because I'm walking in a victory, from a place of victory, even in my holy crap. Even in the midst of tremendous trial. Oofta, man. I got 3 attorneys. Okay?
She likes to collect them.
In tremendous trial. I like to collect them. I like to keep them on the shelf. I like to, have trophies.
Here's my attorney. But yeah, it's been crazy. And I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Nope. So today we kick the devil's butt and take an authority of who we are in Christ Jesus by laughing and coming together in community and supporting each other, because Pastor Yvonne, who's enjoying the Maui sunshine right now, yay, go Yvonne, she always tells me and tells our women at Destiny Center, women empower one another. Girls compete against each other. And girls, it's time to grow up. Girl, it's time to grow up. And I'm growing up. And I'm growing up because I have a love posse like you that holds my hand. And in Psalm 40 it says, I brought you out of the muck and mire and I set your feet on solid ground. And you didn't put goggles on, Amanda. You didn't put hip waders and pretty little Playtex gloves. You jumped in to that crowd.
I don't like Playtex.
And you pulled me out of the muck and mire. And Becky's watching. my other sister, my other Sash sister. Way to go, Beck. She's giving us some love. Becky's going to be at camp this year, and we're diving into a lot of ministry projects this year. And people have said, well, gosh, you've already got your schedule all booked for the year. And I said, yes, I do, because God has told me I don't care how I have to show up. I'm showing up for him. It's for him. It's not about me. It's about what he wants me to do and he will do it in and through me. I don't have to worry about what it's going to cost, what it's going to look like, any of that. It's just trust with him with all of my heart and lean not on my own understanding.
And so with that, like, you have to like kick out some serious pride, because the pride of being a failure because you chose these dates, a pride of not filling the room, the pride of not having the finances, all these things have to do with pride. And so your faith is like something that grows along in your journey, right? And so you have to get to the point, hopefully, eventually, where you are literally about to jump out of an airplane and you hope to God there's a freaking parachute. And
I know that there is.
That's right.
He's
because
the parachute.
You have chosen to find him and create relationship and have him in your life on a daily. But to everyone who possibly sees this live, even in the future, 10 years from now, like, you just start. If we can put anything out there today, it would be show up looking like this. And if anything, I always tell people, he's a gentleman. He'll wait for you. He's not going to push his way into your life. And if you see it like that, it's like, okay, I do want you in my life, kind of thing. So.
Yep. Well, and I'm thankful for John Edwards, because John was watching.
See his
I don't know if he still is. Give us a heart, Papa John, if you are. But to be intentional, there he goes, about seeking God's will for coming from a place of from my life. I can't do that for Amanda. I can't do it for Becky or Lisa or John or Lynn Thompson, brother from New Mexico, high school rodeo. Thanks for watching. It's being intentional about seeking his presence. I want to seek his peace. I know what chaos looks like. Dude, I grew up in the Rio Grande Valley. Have you ever watched Cops? Have you ever watched an episode of Cops? It's always about Albuquerque.
Awesome. Proud member.
That was it. And I was a cowgirl. I was a blonde cowgirl. Yeah, they call me goat kicker. Yeah. I was a minority there. And I grew up with a very low self-esteem because people were kicking my butt on a regular basis, like literally jumping me in the bathroom in high school. Yeah, my 3 older brothers, they learned to teach me how to be a vato kicker. I'm not proud of that part of my story, but I'm strong. And in my weakness, in this particular health challenge that I have, I'm learning that I don't have to be strong. And that cowgirl up, that pride of the cowgirl up junk didn't always serve me. It didn't always serve me in seeking God, because in that pride, I didn't want to seek his will. I thought I had to figure it all out, you know. And Lisa says, I worry about getting sucked out of an airplane.
There's so many bigger things to be worried about, Lisa. Like the pilot being drunk. Not just the toilet sucking you out.
Is this...
But I would like to see Lisa covered in blue.
Oh, Lisa.
So I think that would look amazing.
Yes.
Not just blue hair, but blue skin.
Oh, yeah, like a Smurf.
And if you want to do that the easy way, like just have someone lock you in a porta-john and push it over sideways. That is easier than flying out of a plane.
That's right. And she has them on her job sites everywhere.
So...
Well, Amanda, thank you. Thank you for loving me so greatly and for holding my hand through this journey and come alongside me, because We don't have to be the Lone
Yeah.
Rangers in life, right? We all deserve, and you've taught me how to be deserving of a loving friendship, a loving relationship with God, that He isn't this judgmental God that's got a list of rules. Yes, He has the commandments, and yes, we get to be obedient, but that He also is full of grace and mercy and love,
Yeah.
because God is love.
That's the thing. You're
So thank
welcome.
you.
I won't deflect your compliment. The thing about the commandments is
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
That's growth for you.
The commandments are to keep us safe. They're not like overriding thou shalt not murder. I mean, that seems like a good one. But and we're not going to do a test on if Amanda remembers all the commandments, okay? I just
Oh, come on. We want Bible class today.
But anyway, we just wanted to come on. We've talked about it for a while. We're both authors. Definitely put your link in here, Jamie, if you are doing, I think you're doing pre-purchasing, right? Okay, so, and I can put the link of my book in, which we never know what we're going to talk about because we're true entrepreneurs. So we have our hands in so many pots, but my book is Heavy, Deep, and Real Funny. And that's my boy, and he's holding a fake turd. Well, is it fake? Is it? We don't know.
Baby Ruth.
But for me, people are like, it's so funny how many people do not notice the cover and what's going on it. But I'm just like, that's life. Like, you reach for something that looks like an amazing Baby Ruth, and it's a turd, you know? And are you going to stay underwater? Or are you going to, like, actually get out of the frickin' water and start living? So.
Exactly. Well, like Lisa says, cowgirl up can be courage instead of pride, just a different perspective. And that's so true, Lisa. That's why you're part of our posse, dude.
Yeah,
And we love you.
I hang out with some pretty BA chicks, so, and they're real and vulnerable, and this is life. It sucks, and I'm not going to stay here. That's the only qualification I have in a, like, close, deep friendship. Like, I'm not going to get pulled into your pit, but I'm going to encourage the crap out of you so you can get, like, I gave up my Love Can Save a Man last year. And it has freed up so much time. It's insane.
Or save anybody. It can't save my kids.
I can't save anyone.
It can't save anyone.
Except myself. I got to figure out myself, and that's it. And if I can be the best me, then I will be obviously out in the world more, because people aren't going to sit and listen to a live that's a drainer, you know? So if you want to ask any of us questions, Jamie or her name's already tagged in this live. Reach out to her. Reach out to her. She's involved in a lot of stuff that, like, I don't even know anything about horses and all of that stuff. And it's so funny that we became friends because that's the thing. You have such a heart connection with a human, and you don't have to have anything in common. But now we really do. We really do have a lot in common.
Yep.
So.
Well, and one of the things that attracted us together was a common goal of ministry, and but in your being in the moment, teaching me how to be present in the moment, you taught me how to live and have fun again. You know, by just rocking it out, dancing in the rain in San Diego.
I don't even
San
remember
Francisco.
this.
Which one were we at?
Where?
Oh, yeah, we were in the trees. We were in the trees, and you were rocking it out in the pouring rain.
See,
in the trees in the redwoods.
There's a great example, you guys, of I don't even know how I'm showing up in life, but it has affected someone. That was how long ago?
Deeply.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. 7 years ago this month.
I was a photographer back then, okay? I was shooting in the redwoods, the worst lighting you can ever imagine for a photographer. You're doing speed photography, horrible lighting, and it's changing every 2 seconds. Like, it's insanity. So if you want to believe that I was not stressed or had anything going on in my head, you're crazy. But no one would have known it because I chose to dance in the moment, because it's pouring rain. I have $3,000 worth of equipment in the rain, and I'm trying to rock out these trigger devices for my clients and my friends. And God was with me every single time. I don't know how I got the photos. I don't know why I said what I did to you when you were trying to climb a pole. I don't know what came out of my mouth. And if I go to God in the morning and I'm like, hey, use me today, whatever you got, then I'm not, it's not like I'm not responsible, but I have the faith to believe that my words could probably bring life to someone. And so then I go out and just use my gifts, my joy, my humor, dancing, stuff like that, and just use them. And I don't know if it affects someone in a good way. I don't at all. And so thank you for that gift of telling me that, because I don't remember it.
Well, the thing is that we don't have to worry about or try to figure out if we're using our gifts properly.
Just be in them.
Sometimes that holds me back, is just be in them and be in the moment and do as God leads, and he will be glorified. We don't need to be glorified. It's not about us. It's about reaching that person. In that moment, when you were yelling at me in encouragement to go up that pole that day, that was miraculous for me. And my love language, we speak the same one, of words of affirmation and encouragement. You were cheering me all the way up the pole in pouring down rain with a $3,000 camera, and not worried about your camera. You were concentrating on your friend that you had made the heart connection with. And I think that that's a revelation for all of us of, don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about, just stop it. Stop
it's not
analyzing.
all about you.
Stop overthinking it.
And I hate when people say that. I have had a lot of people say that to me, but it isn't. It isn't about you. And hopefully, I'm sure this live has gone on. We could probably talk for 4 hours, but we're not going to. Yeah. So we just wanted to encourage you today. We have no clue who this is for. We had no clue what the subject we were going to talk on, and we just went with it. So I know it's out there to bless someone. I would love for you guys to reach out to us individually or together. You can start a group chat in Facebook Messenger. Hearts, emojis, comments are all hugely helpful to get this live out in the world. And so hope you have a beautiful day, and love you, girl. Thanks for coming on. Rock it out.
I love you, and rock it out. Rock your day, because clap, clap, slap, slap, you rock.
Love you, girl.
Love ya. Thanks for helping me smile today, because that's what you do.
Bye.
Love you, love you.